Today we're going to talk about the SPAR shelf, SPAR's latest RFID initiative. We're going to discuss the technology and its capabilities. We're going to talk about the shelf's design and implementation. And finally, we're going to wrap up with some future goals and plans of the Smart Shelf. So let's go ahead and take a look at the shelf. So here's the shelf. There's a lot of different components that go into this shelf. The main component obviously being RFID. Now our RFID components consist of an alien reader and 4 antennas, 2 linear, 2 circular antennas. We also are using these Generation 2 RFID tags. Generation 2 is the latest in RFID technology. It's UHF, high frequency, high reliability, and these happen to be omnidirectional tags, meaning they can be read from a variety of different angles. UHF is a passive RFID technology. Passive RFID technology is the future of the industry. The reason why is because of Generation 2. Generation 2 is breaking all the rules previously thought of when talking about passive RFID technology. Some of the main differences are a much higher frequency, so the speed and reliability is increased. This system can read over 1,000 tags a second. That's incredible. The next major hurdle was past technologies were not reliable around liquids and metals. Generation 2 has no problem on liquids, and metal can actually improve the reliability of the read, strengthening the signal and actually improving the entire shelf design and implementation. What we've done is we've taken an ordinary bookcase that can be found at any major retail store. We've incorporated a computer, a reader, and 4 antennas. 2 antennas positioned on the top shelf, 2 antennas positioned on the second shelf. We've also got a monitor so that we can display the software and view the real-time inventory and security system right on screen at the shelf level. Each product has its own tag with its own unique number. Now, the optimum position for each tag would be parallel to the antenna. We've got the antennas up here going this way. Each tag going this way is going to give us the best read. Not to say that we can't read from different angles. These are perpendicular on the back of these products because they're standing up. Now, what is actually going on this shelf is we've got the reader communicating to the antennas, and it's actually creating an electromagnetic field that's reading every tag on every product every second and sending that back to the computer that we've installed so we can display exact inventory quantities per each shelf. Now, the stack of paper here is probably the most reliable read we have right now. Even though that it's thick, we've got all the tags positioned in the same exact spot, all sitting right on top of each other, right beneath this antenna. So the antenna has no problem creating a field that can easily pick up tags that are stacked right on top of each other. Now let's talk about the software and exactly how the software runs this entire shelf. There's 2 main things on screen. We've got a security threat system and we've got our visual inventory. Now the visual inventory is broken up into 2 shelves. We've got a picture of each item, the item name, and exactly how much of that item is on what shelf. Now, our Shelf 1 and Shelf 2 has several different alerts. We can alert to out of stocks and low stocks. We can alert to overstocks, and we can also alert if something is on the wrong shelf. Now, the security system, how that works is let's say somebody comes up to a shelf and takes 3, 4, 5 items at once off of a shelf. Or somebody accidentally bumps into a fixture and 3, 4, 5 products fall onto the floor. What the shelf does is it detects, okay, 5 seconds ago I just had 25 items, now I only have 20. That's a problem. This green light, or this green badge, will turn into a yellow badge, and if those products aren't found after 5, 10, 15 more seconds, now we're going to get a red badge, and an alert is going to be sent to this device right here. This device could be a handheld, it could be a cell phone, it could alert any employee, whether it be somebody in the theft department, a store manager. This can be triggered to alert anybody, and multiple people at one time. So getting back to the inventory, obviously we have a real-time inventory. We know what's on the entire fixture and we know what is on the entire shelf at all times. Now, each individual item has optimum levels. We know that there should always be product on the shelf, and if, for example, we can have low-level triggers. So if one of these items, let's say the discs, the inventory count falls to 1, an alert can be sent to a store employee so that they know they need to replenish the stock on the shelf. Now, let's say something happens and too many of a certain product get put on the shelf. That can also trigger an alert to a mobile device that tells somebody, hey, you need to re-merchandise this section, there's a problem. Now, if you look at the design, one key goal is to be able to determine if an item is planogrammed properly. If this item is in this position, we want to know that that item is out of that position and that it needs to be moved back. Right now we only have shelf 1 and shelf 2. The idea would be shelf 1 facing 3 or shelf 2 facing 4, and determine if the entire shelf is merchandised properly. Now, the reason this particular design does not work is because we only have 4 antennas, and they've got a pretty large scope in terms of the area in which they can pick up tags. What really needs to happen is a whole set of antennas, one for each location, that's just picking up maybe about 12 stacks of tags so that we can contain our reads, and we know that if a tag is being picked up on this antenna, we know which location that antenna is. So now that we've gone over all the technology, let's talk about the marketing aspects of this show. Oh, hang on. The shelf is sending me a message. Thanks for talking about me today. Make sure you shoot my good side. Just kidding, but that is something that's actually a possibility someday. Let's say I'm a customer and I take a product off the shelf. The shelf could say, thank you. The shelf could say, here's your rebate form, here's a coupon. The shelf could also recommend complimentary products in other parts of the store so I can easily find things. I could even maybe ask the shelf a question, where do I find this product? So there's really a lot of different possibilities in terms of marketing and merchandising that this type of technology can be used to do and really interact with the customer. Thanks for taking the time today to watch this short presentation about the SPAR Show. Hopefully you found it informative, and hopefully you're as excited as we are about the potential of this technology and where it's going to take us in the future of retail.